We've been on the road throughout this campaign in all 75 counties, listening to the people of this state, hearing Arkansas's voices. And I want you to hear some of those voices because they are the reason I'm doing this. People are frustrated, they're fed up, they want somebody to go fight for them, fight for their job, fight for the future of them and their families and their kids, and that's what we're going to do. What do y'all think people that we send to Washington and should understand about jobs in Arkansas that they don't, and what do you think should be done differently?
I got out of the military. I've been in the military for 10 years, and I had gotten out and I was looking for jobs to do, and I decided to be a Boilermaker. And what I've realized since I've been into it is this is one of the most honest things you could do for a living, and it's also one of the hardest things you could ever do for a living. Used to, you could get away with one person working, and then now it's two or if not more, and it takes a whole family just to survive, and it's not an easy thing. So when you see somebody who's elected to represent you as a collective whole go up there and say, hey, I'm here, but they're not doing anything to improve the situation, that ain't gonna work. Connor Eldridge, he's kind of from the country. He's kind of one of the guys that grew up here, and he understands what Arkansans are going through, and we're looking for somebody to project our voice. I think that American people lost their voice, and Connor seems like he's the one that's going to stand up and say, hey, let me echo what you're saying. Let me be your voice, and that's what we're looking for.
I have trust in him to do the right thing to help the Arkansas workers and everybody across the board. He's just good for Arkansas.
The people hire politicians. When you hire somebody, you expect them to do their job. Just do your job.
You want to know what people are fed up with? It's that, hey, I'm going to represent you, and then when you get there, you just say, hey, I'm here, and that's it. And people are tired of that.
It's not enough just to sit and listen. That's effective. It's a centerpiece of our campaign to go to voters, to sit down, to hear their stories, to hear their problems, to hear the things they think their leaders ought to do for them. But that's not enough. You've got to listen, you've got to hear them, and then you've got to go fight for them. And in this election, we have a fundamental difference of opinion as to the job of a U.S. Senator. My opponent thinks that the job is just to show up and vote, to go along to get along, to just sort of be there and take up space. That's not enough. I'm running for the U.S. Senate to wake up every day and fight, to stand up, to speak out, to be willing to work with anybody, but also be willing to stand up to anybody to get the right thing done for the people of the state of Arkansas. That's what I'm going to do every day in the U.S. Senate.